Couldn't walk a mile in these Air Maxes. From the streets where a murder is a scare tactic. We bear ratchets for enemies trying to flare at us. You hesitating, you die, best be prepared at it. It's automatic, but it's just another day of life. Whatever dues I had to pay them twice. But I ain't tripping, it's part of the mission. Struggle gave a nigga vision, bring the shit to fruition.
Yo, what's going on with y'all? Nico TV, the voice of the West, here again. We talking Free World 2. Man, this is... It just seems like every time I see an announcement, every time I see a battle for this card, it's like, well, damn. We ain't missing. Huh? Westworld? Free game? They ain't missing. Free World 2 is looking crazy out here. Another dope matchup on the card. And when I seen this one, I ain't gonna lie, I was shocked at first because I didn't know if one of these people was gonna be on this card. I ain't gonna lie. I was wondering. I was like, you know what? I haven't heard anything to make me believe that this person would be on the card, but lo and behold, they found a matchup and made it work. So we here. Fate versus KD. I like this a lot. I like this matchup a lot. This is for the people who say they love bars. They love to hear creative material. They want to just hear two people go bar for bar. You look no further. Now, there is some things to unpack with this battle, as all the time. You know, we're going to unpack all the narratives and get into all the stuff that we need to break down. All right. First and foremost, for Fate, shout out to him getting another one of the professional tier in battle rap in Northern California. Now, it's not a home game because obviously, you know, that's like an hour away, maybe even a little bit more if there's traffic. But getting another name in Northern California nonetheless, shout out and salute to that. Well deserved. He done pulled up in every other place you can possibly pull up at in battle rap. So the fact that he finally getting something that ain't a home game, but it's close. The fact that he getting that is more than deserved. And right now, Fate is at what I would say the peak of his powers in terms of where he's been at in the culture. Sure, he's had, you know, bigger name battles and bigger stage battles, but I think the momentum right now, it's fair to say the momentum right now is at its highest point in his battle rap career. That win versus Dollar on the Riot, Money on the Flow, Bags and Bodies versus Riot, that was a very impactful win. Right? That was a very impactful win and a convincing win at that. That wasn't anything where it was like, oh, we had to debate it. No. It was convincing. Most people left there saying 3-0. There might have been a person or two who wanted to argue just for the sake of trying to make it sound better, but most people had it being a 30. So after getting your biggest win of your career, having the most momentum, in my opinion, in your career, now you're in a position where you battling somebody who is known to pull up, and he's known he can sit somebody down. KD is known, if you pull up to him less than what you're supposed to, it can get dark fast. It can get dark fast. And he's already done that to a few people in the West. Oh, he's already cooked up versus the West. We ain't gonna be biased here. We will not be biased. Huh? I know some of you in the West love being biased. It's what you do. Nico, this person's not that good. I didn't like this performance. How are you ranking him this high? Nico, media. Man, hold it down. Hold it down. I don't want to hear from you hiddens. I said hold it down. Let's get back to the breakdown. KD is a worthy opponent. He is one of the best in that professional tier. Very consistent. Pulls up, does his job. You don't have to worry about extras. He's not pulling up for extras. He's pulling up to cook. As does Fate. So you have two professionals in the culture battling. You gonna expect a certain quality and caliber of battle. All right? But to talk about what he done did versus the West, we seen it. It started with Grizz a few years ago. We're talking about 4 or 5 years ago. COVID era. We seen what that looked like. Huh? We seen Justice. Shout out to Justice. He's on this card. We seen what the battle looked like with Justice. We seen what it looked like. Now, I'm not saying anything because I think the battle is closer than what some people might give it credit for. But we know what the culture was trying to say with that battle in terms of the win-loss category. Huh? And last but not least, certainly not least, we just seen on the same card, the man KD turned Forward Dev into Forwardmon.
Who's that Pokemon?
So we know KD is more than capable of cooking up versus the caliber of competition that the West has. Huh? So with this battle, for me, the first thing I'm looking at with Fate is this being the high point of your career thus far in terms of the momentum you've created, in terms of the buzz you've created on a national level. Can you duplicate it? Because again, we've seen him in big battles before. He was in the King of the Dot tournament. We've seen him battle Madflex. We've seen him battle Pass. We've seen him battle Times. We've seen these battles. We also know what the result was. In a lot of these battles, he had judge losses, right? But now we see he learned. Oh, I learned. He learned. He said it himself. I learned from them other ones. Oh, I'm not having that happen again. So even add a little extra pressure with this battle, there's money on the floor. There's money on the floor. As if one judge battle for the paper wasn't enough, he's going for 2.
What?
So for me, I want to see, can you duplicate what you did before? Because at this point, he has been around long enough for the national audience to take notice of his craft. And right now, his name's hot. You took out one of the people that the culture feels is next up, convincingly. So now we looking at you to see, okay, was that a fluke? Was that just an off game for Dollar and you just caught him slipping? Or are you really like that? That's one of the questions we have with Fate going into this battle. Are you really like that? We're not saying that you're not skilled. We're not saying that you haven't created some of the best bars we ever heard. We're not saying that. But are you really like that in terms of the momentum, the consistency, the ability to get to the next level? Is that you? Are you of that variety? That's fair to say. That's a fair question. My personal opinion is he is of that variety. I think he has learned, he's been around long enough, he has experienced enough in the culture where I think he is ready and primed to go ahead and get another win in a judge situation. Now, KD, let's have a conversation. With KD, what I'm looking for in this battle with KD, now you got some win. You got a win versus that. We call it what it is. You got the win versus that convincingly, huh? There was a consensus at the time that said you even won versus Grizz.
Who told you that?
I watched the Justice battle. I think the battle's close. But I seen a lot of people say it was in favor of you for the win. But see, you pulled up in LA with that, with Grizz. You in Northern California now. Now you in Sacramento. And though this is not a home game for Faye, it is not a home game at all. In no way, shape, or form is this a home game, but you in a whole different environment. This is not the LA crowd. This is not the Riot crowd. This is Westworld. This is free game. Free world 2. It's a whole different type of crowd. So am I to believe that you are this West killer? Huh? I said, am I to believe KD is the West killer? I don't know. So I want to see what he is able to create and bring to the table. He just had a battle with Prez Mafia. I've seen a lot of people talking about this Prez battle recently. And all indications is that he was winning that battle too. So he not even waiting to battle Fate. This man already working. But will that affect him when he goes to pull up Fate? Because that's just recently. We got, what, 2 weeks into the next battle? Will that play a factor? It's fair to ask. Do I think it will? No, because he's a professional. But it's fair to ask. The other thing I'm looking for in this battle is, I keep reiterating, this is not a home game for Fate because he battled Sheet Happens in Sacramento, this same location. And I'm going to be honest, if I didn't know anything about battle rap and somebody sent me this battle, I would have thought Sheet Happens was from Sacramento. I said I would have thought Sheet Happens was from the 916. Because he had control of the room the entire battle. Fate was having a fight for some crowd reaction in that room. Will that be the case with KD? Has Fate learned enough from that last experience to know what this crowd wants to hear and know how to deliver what they want to hear? Has he learned that? Now, granted, it's a one-round battle with Sheet Happens. How much can you really pull from that battle, Nico? How much can you really say it is impactful from that battle? Fair to say. But it's all I got to go by for another battle in Sacramento, right? Now, he battled the spot in Sacramento. We've seen what he did, a 30. But it wasn't a card like this. And it wasn't a crowd like this either. So I want to see, is that going to come into play where KD now looks like he has a home game in NorCal of all places? I got to see what happens with that. I got to. And even just to go in further, I mentioned he clipped that 30. Are you going to get back for 4 at death? Huh? Are you going to get the kill back? Are you bringing a win back home to the demons? Because I ain't going to lie. Watching that death battle, I said, next, Fate, somebody. You gotta get you somebody. Help. Huh? I said help. So I gotta see, are you ready to avenge that loss Dev took? All right? So all in all, I'm looking at this battle and saying, man, the matchup's fire. Dope matchup. We 3 for 3. This is third battle I done broke down from this card. 3 for 3. There's still more battles. Still more battles. But this one in particular, I'm looking at and saying, man, for just people who just want to hear bars, all we care about is good bars and delivering that material in a dope way. All we want is that the rapping. We're here to hear people rap. You look no further than this battle. So I feel like I've unpacked everything that I'm looking at with this battle and figuring, are these questions, are these narratives that have been put out there fair or not fair? Those are my takes with this battle. I don't really have too much more to say other than I'm ready. This is 3 for 3. I done told y'all about Nexus Swervo, the main event. I done told you about Justice versus Lou Castro. Now we talking Fake versus KD. This is 3 for 3. Westworld has not missed. Free Game has not missed. They haven't missed. Duh. So I'm definitely rocking with what I'm seeing. Salute, shout out to G Will League, everybody who has a hand in this. Again, Fake vs. KD, Free World 2, May 31st in Sacramento. I don't care where you're at. If you're in Northern California, you obviously need to pull up. LA, pull up. I'm going to keep saying it. LA, pull up. We have pulled up to enough of y'all events. Vegas, pull up. Dago, pull up. Arizona, we've pulled up to enough of these events. So pull up to this one, because I'm telling you, they're not done. I'm looking at the card right now as we speak. They're not done. 3 for 3 at this point, man. Fate versus KD, fire matchup. Looking forward to seeing it. That's all I got for y'all, man. Your boy Nico TV, the voice of the West. I'm up out of here. As always, my brother Ledge would say, keep it battle rap, and I'ma tell y'all, keep it West. We are out of here.